Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with Channel Disturbance, and this battle is already underway. We've got no waiting time. What you're looking at is a T-44-100. It's a Tier 8 Soviet medium, and we're on the defending spawn of Erlenberg Assault, and the name of the player is Captain Ashstorm, and he's in platoon with Yo Mamas and Moondiver. And you may know Yo Mamas is also What Arty Noobs members. Right, he started out, he's heading for the windmill on the east side of the map. There's a very good chance that some of the enemy have already made it up onto the hill just to the left, and so you might get fired upon as he pulls up here. He's gone into the bush. Doesn't appear to be anybody ahead, but he has spotted a Cromwell, and yet he is in the position one would expect. And I think the Cromwell's sixth sense went off because he was spotted, and that's why he was so cautious there and pulled back just below the ridgeline. We've got some enemy in the town. We can't hit them. We're looking towards that Cromwell, who's now gone unsighted, so he's probably pulled back below the line. Yep, there he is. He's pulled back up again, and he's looking to get a shot on Captain Ashstorm. We're just sitting in the bush at the moment. Oh, we got an Udes 03 and a P43 Biz. Well, we put a round into the Udes and we track him. He is tracked. We're reloading. 6.06 seconds on the reload. I'm pretty sure the Udes would have seen where we are when he's actually been wiped out, or at least, no, the Cromwell's been wiped out. There's Udes. The Cromwell was taken out of the game. Okay, there's the P43 Biz. We fire around into him. 284 from that one. And another round in. 243. And we bounced around from a 40 TP, the Polish tank. And so we're putting back to the windmill, just below the ridgeline. Enemy rounds coming in. In fact, a lot of rounds just hit the Pershing of Yo Mamas. You can see them. Oh, we just got hit by the Arty as well, and they tracked us. We've had to use the repair kit, so they're on cooldown now. Now, Captain Ashstorm's using the premium consumables to boost performance. It usually works quite well, especially on tier 8 tanks, because they generate a lot of credits anyway, and if you use a premium consumable, you can get the best out of them. But he's going to try and get a shot to that P43, but he must be worried about that Udes getting more shots into him. Now, there is a spot in that dip where tanks that are up on top of the hill can't fire at you because they're actually, you're in defilade. And the P43's gone down. He's been taken up by RS-51, or Arty, right at the back. In fact, we've got two Artys in this game, Crusader SP and the S51. Both tier 7. There's the M6. Gets around into him, 250. And he's also taking more rounds. We're putting up, we're loaded, and there's Udes, and he's in siege mode. We've got a round into him for 216, and another round went in for 204, and the Udes is dead. So we're 2 tanks down at the moment, but there's the 40 TP. He's the last one left on this flank. So we're pushing forward. Now that may be because Captain Ashstorm believes that the enemy Arty might be on the east side of the map, and he wants to check that and say this is an assault battle, not a standard battle. So we're not trying to capture the enemy cap, we're just trying to either defend the cap against being capped out and or to kill all of the enemy tanks. And we haven't found any Arty on this side, so it's very likely they're over on the other side. And we knocked down a few trees. That would give our position away to the enemy, but again, I'm not too worried at this stage of the battle. I think the enemy is going to be focused on the north. We're now 4 tanks down, and all of our platoon is still intact, but there's only 6 tanks left on the team, so we're going to have to work hard if we're going to win this one. There's just over 5 minutes 20 seconds to go. Okay, there's no enemy on the east side of the flank at all, apart from that 40 TP, the Polish tank. He's disappeared down the other side of the hill. I think he's got some protection there. And he's hiding, obviously, because the P43 Biz in the north can't see him. It might be he's got good camo qualities. We don't know. Oh, there's an AMX 1357F. And the enemy's capping. Well, the 1357's been wiped out, but there's a Progetto 46. That's the tier 8 version, the tier 8 medium. Looks like he's trying to get at our Arty. And, well, he succeeded because we've lost both Arty in this game. The Progetto didn't kill them, but we're now in a very dangerous situation whereby there are now only 4 of us left on this team, and we're facing 9 opponents. 9. So we're outnumbered more than 2 to 1. Trying to get a shot on that Progetto. Oh, he's been wiped out. The T28 prototype got him. Here's an E25. He's just, well, the P43 has just been taken out by their S51. Can't see those enemies because they're behind that ridge line. But there's the 25. He's a one-shot. Got him in the cap. Reduced the cap. So we've got some cap points back off them. But there's still somebody in the cap. It's an Object 416 tier 8 Soviet medium. Oh, we took a round from both and the GW Panther on the enemy team. We do some ram damage to the 416 and then wipe him out. So we've got all his cap points. Now there's only 6 on the enemy team, but there's 3 of us, so it's still 2 to 1. But I think we've got a bit of an advantage because we've got the position. We're right next door to the cap. They've got to come into the cap or kill us all. And the T28's giving us good vision on the enemy, and it's in a very commanding position up on that next to the windmill. And of course, here's the T28 which, prototype, which is the turreted version. And it's quite powerful, so he may be able to give us due warning if the enemy does advance in this area. The only problem is there is an enemy tank behind him, and it appears to be a tank destroyer. Now that would be the SU-152, so if the moon diver doesn't know it, he is actually in grave danger at this moment. Yo Mamas and Captain Ashstorm are moving up to the east side. They're going to try and get shots, I think, on that SU-152, try and protect their teammate. Now, if Moondiver does spot that SU-152, they'll be able to get shots on him. In fact, as far as we know, the 40TP is still over there. We haven't seen him in some time, though. That's the 2-minute warning. The enemy has got to start capping soon, otherwise they are not going to be able to win this. And there's an ARL-44. Okay, he's near the cap, and he started capping. Now, he's a bit of a junior player. Tier 6 French Heavy, the ARL-44. And the 40TP was where we thought he was. Yep, he's still there in the neighbourhood. We fire around into him to 234, but unfortunately he takes out Moondiver, and we lose our T28 prototype as is our guard. So now we're going to have to get that reset from the ARL-44. Of course, Captain Ashstorm's been accumulating a lot of cap points or defence points by resetting these tanks, so there's a good chance he might have picked up enough for a defender already. But if he doesn't, then resetting the cap at this point probably will get him one. Now, we don't know the health of the RL. Always full health. Full health. There he is, using the wreck as a shield. The wreck of the E25. There's the enemy Arty firing in. There's 2 Arty on the enemy team. GW Panther and an S51. And there's the second Arty. I think that was the S51. Bigger explosion than the GW. Okay, they're still capping. We've got a reset on the ARL-44. In fact, it looks like Yo Mama's also got a reset. Okay, pulling forward. Oh, we accidentally got hit by our own teammate there in the tracks. That was just bad positioning at that moment. And yes, it looks like Yo Mama's got the kill there on the ARL-44. Now it's only 5 versus 2. Still outnumbered more than 2 to 1. But the enemy's now only got 8 seconds to win to kill us both, and I don't think he can do it. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, 1. Battle time's expired. They've won. So let's look at the end of battle stats. And it's the second class tanker for Captain Ashstorm in the T-44-100, the premium tier 8 Soviet medium. He also picked up a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage during the battle, allowing his team to do 1,000 hit points of damage. He got a master gunner for getting 5 armor penetrating hits in a row, a sharpshooter for getting 10 more consecutive hits on the enemy, a 5 effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, and a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He managed to get 7 in that battle. But best of all, he did pick up a defender. He managed to accumulate at least 70 defense points of the cap by hitting the enemy whilst they were in the cap, and so picks up that medal as well, which is very nice because that's an epic medal. But they did win the battle, and the win rate for that battle was 5847. So let's have a look at team scores, see where he came. Well, he actually managed to get the highest amount of damage on his team, but he didn't get the high caliber overall. High caliber went to the Object 416, in fact, the tank that he wiped out in the cap. He managed to get 2,677 hit points of damage by killing most of the rest of the team on the other side of the map. But when it came to damage on his team, it was Captain Ashstorm with 2,673 hit points of damage, followed by Yo Mamas with 1,652. Moondiver came in third, so all members of the platoon were first, second and third when it came to damage on their team. Moondiver managed to pick up 1,196 hit points of damage. The second highest after, well, in fact, actually, both Purple Honey and Captain Ashstorm, actually Purple Honeymoon, what a name, they both managed to get the exact same amount of hit points, 2,673, would you believe it? So they both came joint second overall, and their SU-152 managed 1,760. When it came to the number of kills, it was the Purple Honeymoon in the Progetto. He managed 5 kills in total before he was wiped out, and then a whole load of players managed 2 kills apiece. Captain Ashstorm, Moondiver, the S-51 and the P-43 Biz on their team, and then the AMX-1357F on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it was Captain Ashstorm who scored highest, 1,057. Next highest was the F-51, he managed 597, then Moondiver with 592, and Yo Mamas with 519. Best the enemy could do was their AMX-1357, he did 609 base XP. So let's have a look at detail report. Well, Captain Ashstorm fired 13 rounds in that battle. He got 12 direct hits, 12 penetration, good accuracy, only missed 1 shot. He did damage of 2,673 hit points, of which 489 were at more than 300 meters. He received 7 hits from the enemy during the battle, 2 were penetration and 5 were non-penetration, and that was a testament to good angling. In fact, one of those non-penetrating shots was from his teammate, Yo Mamas, who accidentally shot into the side of his tracks. Yes, less said about that the better. He blocked damage of 855 hit points. He spotted 5 enemy vehicles, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 2 of them, and did damage assistance of 2,079 hit points by spotting the enemy and by tracking them as well, and did 85 defense points by hitting the enemy whilst they were in the cap. On a premium count, he earned 103,928 credits. He got compensation from Yo Mamas for 113 credits because of the damage to the track, and the total amount came to 104,040 credits. But here's the stinger. Yes, after repairing the vehicle and the ammunition costs, and he did use a lot of premium ammo in that one, 57,200 in ammo, and also premium consumables. He used premium food. He also used a large repair kit and a large first aid kit, so he had to pay 60,000 for that, which meant that he actually made a loss for the battle of 18,645 credits. But there again, he did win, and he could use those consumables to the right effect, and that helped him to win. He got 3 bonds for getting the defender in a tier 8 battle. He also picked up 1,585 XP, an extra 159 XP because it was a premium vehicle, and personal reserves of 1,585 for 100%. So he took away 3,330 experience points altogether. And we'll just have a give a shout out to Yo Mamas. He managed to pick up a Confederate medal for his battle with a win 8 of 2399, and he was playing the M26 Persian. Just needs to ensure that he doesn't shoot his own teammate accidentally. I know it was an accidental shot, but yeah, it was very close to actually getting a penning shot on his teammate. You don't want to do that, but I think it was mainly because Captain Ashstorm drove into the line of fire, and Yo Mamas was desperately trying to get that shot in and kill the enemy, and just Captain Ashstorm was in the wrong place at the wrong time. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.